all, I am Sonal, and you are watching the series of success stories brought to you by Indian Achievers Forum. As you all know, the series is all about the prominent achievers who has made India proud in some way or the other. So today we have Mr. Pankaj Jain, who is the CEO of Asia IT Services Private Limited. But before we start the conversation with him, let's have a look at a very small video telling you about what we actually do.
Indian Achievers Forum is driven by a full-fledged advisory board. The board consists of experienced personalities who have excelled in their respective careers. Together, the forum organizes conferences, events, workshops, exhibitions, trade shows and B2B initiatives in India as well as abroad. Where there is passion, there is achievement. And where there is achievement, there is Indian Achievers Forum.
Hello, Mr. Pankaj, how are you?
I'm very well, Sonal, and how are you?
I'm also good, sir. Thank you. Okay, so first of all, please give us a short description about yourself and about the professional role.
So, Sonal, I'm an engineering graduate with more than
Okay.
2 years of experience in the IT industry. I've spent 12 years in UK and rest in India. I have spent around 14 years working with Pega Technologies and have worked in several technical and leadership roles before starting ASIA in November 2017 as CEO and founding partner. ASIA today is a globally leading low-code service organization working with niche technologies like Pega and OutSystems. I always give emphasis to our vision and mission. Vision that is, ASIA wants to become the undisputed leader in low-code, no-code platforms with a mission that customer will maximize the value of their investments. As the leader of ASIA, I ensure that we are not only the service provider to our customers, rather we become their trusted partner throughout their journey. At the same time, we are focused on hiring the best and compatible colleagues who help us to achieve our vision. On personal front, I love traveling, and thanks to my job that I have traveled to almost 40 plus countries worldwide. I'm a bit sad now due to restrictions on travel due to this pandemic, and hopefully these restrictions will be over soon, and I will be back with my suitcase again.
Okay, Mr. Pankaj. Well, it was really great, and I do wish that you can travel again as you are a traveler. Okay, so moving ahead, kindly elaborate us about the product and services which your organization offers.
So in our organization, we are highly regarded global low-code specialist with an expert company in Pega and OutSystem platforms. We are working with some of the very large customers in government and BFSI domain and helping them in their digital transformation journey and become a go-to partner to take on large transformation programs. With 60 plus successful customer go lives, 350 plus consultants, and a recognition as a Pega Gold partner, we are amongst the most distinguished, fastest growing Pega partners globally. Our ASIA executive leadership team has extensive experience and expertise in Pega and OutSystem platforms. We are categorized in the market as expert service provider who does not only do project implementation, but is experts in providing consulting services, architectural and design reviews, performance testing, remediation. We have specialist practices for business analysis, project delivery, artificial intelligence, robotics, and automation testing. On top of it, we have also developed 5 or 6 of our in-house products to fast track the customer implementation to assist them to deliver a faster return on their investment.
Okay, so talking more about the ASIA, how did the idea of starting this particular business, ASIA, came in your mind?
So, having born in a business family of Rajasthan, business is always in my blood. So I always wanted to do something on my own. And then what we noticed that the global business landscape is evolving rapidly with changing end user preferences, disruption across the industries, and the fast changing demographics. And given the accelerating need for organization to digitally transform themselves and do that with a very fast and a minimal cost, the low code, no code, and automation markets are experiencing massive growth. It took us only a few hours in a meeting where Yash Management and I felt that there is a gap in market. Yash Technology is our parent company, and customers are looking for trusted, specialized partner for low-code digital transformation rather than generalized IT providers. And that is why ASIA was born to build the capabilities to deliver meaningful and realistic transformation solutions to our customers. With my experiences and history with Pega Technologies, we started our ASIA journey with Pega Technologies and now have added the another technology stack, which is OutSystems, in our portfolio to cater to the needs of our customers' digital transformation journeys. In line to our vision, we have done significant investment in creating multiple center of excellence. For example, I've already mentioned about low code, no code application development. We have started a separate COE for digital process automation, business process management, customer relationship management, and the robotics process automation. So this is how ASIA started.
Okay, well, it's really good to know about the ASIA. Okay, so now talking about your journey, what sort of challenges you faced, and also how did you find the solutions to those challenges?
So my biggest strength is my team, and my biggest challenge is to keep growing the team with like-minded people who share the same vision. I'm very fortunate to have my team being the best in this space. The other challenge, what we noticed that in last couple of years, low code, no code has pivoted from being used as a development platform for pointed solution to the one used to develop complex and scalable enterprise-wide solutions. So though, it's been partially accepted that low code, no code platforms are the future for IT, it also comes with certain myths and rumors. For example, like these platforms are difficult to adopt, these platforms are difficult to maintain. So the biggest challenge is to omit those myths by providing thought leadership to our customers. Another critical challenge I can talk about is as a new entrant in a rapidly growing and evolving marketplace, it's very, very difficult to provide customers the confidence and trust in our abilities to develop business-centric solutions, because they are no more pointed solutions, they are enterprise core solutions that would drive the enterprise values for them. So we have overcome with this challenge by adopting the principle of start small, show value, perceive that value that we deliver. We are agile, we are flexible, we are approachable, while ensuring quality. Adoption becomes super quick, and hence, within a short span of 3 years, we are working with 30 plus marquee customers in 12 countries worldwide.
Okay, well, it's really good to know. Okay, so moving ahead, everyone do have some future goals or future plans for their organization. So what's your mountaintop for your organization, ASIA?
So we want to conquer the world in this space. So we have very aggressive plans for our growth. We are an organization which is highly passionate about leveraging the power of technology to make business easier for our customers. I have a strong belief that low code, no code, and automation still are in the embryonic phase of the maturity curve and have a tremendous potential of exploration and growth. While we are doubling down our efforts in the established geographies like UK, Europe, and Middle East, we are also expanding into new geographies. We have started recently our offices in Chicago and Sydney, and now focusing on growing our footprint in America and Australia. We will continue making these efforts in these technology areas to ensure that we are able to reach to more and more organizations and grow with them. In terms of the employee counts and stuff, currently we are a team of 350 plus people and planning to grow to 1,000 plus people team in next 2 years.
Okay. Well, I wish you all the very best for all your future plans. Okay, so moving ahead, talking about Atmanirbhar Bharat Abhiyan or Self-Reliant India movement, our Prime Minister mentioned that COVID-19 should turn into an opportunity to make India self-reliant. So, what are your views on it, and also how's your organization working on it?
I'm 100% agree with our Prime Minister's initiative of Atmanirbhar Bharat. I strongly believe that this is the new ray of hope. And if you look into it, though India has got a very large and prominent footprint in world's IT landscape, but some of the low-code, no-code technology which we are focusing on doesn't have a large consultant base in India. So what we are trying to do is we're trying to bridge the gap by hiring a large number of students from universities and providing extensive training on these platforms. In our recent new student hiring drive we have done, we have selected almost 70 plus students to join us from February 2021. On top of it, we are also leveraging our knowledge and expertise, experience from other countries, and implementing these best practices with several initiatives with our state governments in India. And then you talked about COVID. I also believe that current pandemic situation is forcing us, to one or other way towards this Atmanirbhar Bharat mission. Because before this era, we always used to rely, like in our projects, we always used to rely on a team which is an on-site as well as the offshore team in India to deliver a successful project. Now, due to the situation of this pandemic, we have adopted a way to deliver these successful projects to our customers worldwide with a complete offshore team based out of India. Another part I can cover here into this mission is that we have development centers currently in Hyderabad, Pune, Bengaluru, and Kolkata. But to give better opportunities to people from small cities in India, we are planning to start some new development centers in these cities, which are not so prominent in the IT landscape of Indian IT industry. So this is our contribution towards this great initiative of Atmanirbhar Bharat.
Well, it's really great to know that you are supporting this initiative. Okay, so I so wanted to ask this question from you, and that is, what were your feelings on winning Indian Achievers Award?
Oh, Yahoo! I couldn't believe when I got it. I'm very thrilled and thankful to the team at IF for bestowing this prestigious accolade to me. This award is a representation of what we have achieved in such a short span of time. I'm blessed to have a strong and passionate team which has helped me to create a significant place for us in the competitive industry. I also been fortunate to have high quality advice and counsel from our executive leadership team and also our parent organization, Yes Technologies. They share and endorse the dream we have for ASIA and are my support system in these, even in these tough times. All my colleagues at ASIA are highly focused on delivering excellent services to customer, no matter how adverse the situation may be. And the way we have received positive customer feedback and aggressive growth during this pandemic is a testimony to the passion and dedication of my team. This award was not possible at all, actually, without their hard work, dedication, and commitment. So I would like to dedicate this award to all ASEANs here. And again, thank you very much for selecting me for this award.
Well, it's our pleasure, and you rightly mentioned that teamwork makes our dream work.
Absolutely.
Okay. So kindly put some light on your social contribution.
So our parent entity, Yes Technology, like them, we are very, very social responsible organization. We are new, but have several initiatives, big and small, to help our society. We have organized some initiatives last year, such as transforming schools into interactive learning aids, tree plantation drives, weekend schools, necessary item donation drives, and many more. Last year, one example I'll give you, through our donation drive, we have visited 2 orphanages, brought those kids to our office premises, donated necessary items for their orphanages. This year, also, we are planning to an activity with an organization called Vishwadruk, and this is for visually challenged people and the visually challenged team of cultural performers to help drive our vision, give back to society. Furthermore, we are looking to intensify our pursuits by closely collaborating with Yash Foundation, and that is the CSR arm of Yash Technologies and all group companies.
Well, it's really good to know that you are involved in such CSR activities. Okay, so before concluding this lovely session with you, what message would you like to give to our today's generation who wants to become an entrepreneur someday?
First and foremost thing is, we have to dream, and we have to dream big. But with big dreams, we have to start small and then expand as fast as you can. But we need to be in control of our pace. The other part, I can say that never afraid of your failures, but learn from your failures. And nobody can be perfect in all areas. So you choose the right team, and together with your colleagues, you can be perfect. The other part, whenever business comes, it always comes with certain risk. So we say no risk, no gain. And we have to take the risk in order to grow, but take the calculative risk or do the proper calculations for those risks when you are assessing it. Focus on ensuring profitability, because that's why you are in business, but at the same time, make your customers happy, and profit can become the byproduct. And last but very important part is never give up, keep trying it, you will achieve the success one day.
Very well said, Mr. Pankaj. So thank you so much, Mr. Pankaj, for connecting with us. It was lovely meeting to you.
Thank you, Sonal. And again, once again, thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
It's our pleasure.